Hi, I'm Phil from Urbantastic, and we'll make traveling in cities painless and seamless. Currently, all options for moving around a city are online and are freely available, but are separate, disjointed, and don't work well together. Urbantastic will solve this problem by allowing users to browse and order vehicles or tickets via our smartphone app. We'll show the closest location for each type of vehicle or closest stop for public transportation. With about 1.1 million inhabitants and lots of families commuting long distances daily, the Helsinki metropolitan area is the ideal beachhead market. Our competitors are well-known global brands, but we will be integrating them under a single application, making them our partners. Our application development starts with initial coding and continues by testing and co-creating with our actual customers. We aim to launch by October 2019. We're looking for an initial investment of €700,000 to cover our operational costs for the first 2 years. Our team is very versatile, covering all key competencies. I'm Phil, and we are Urbantastic. Thank you. We noticed a problem with public transportation systems. All of the options for moving around a city are online and freely available, but are separate, disjointed, and don't work well together. Additionally, currently available apps have numerous menu screens the user is expected to go through, from searching for their transportation solution to actually paying for a ticket or a rental. That's where Urbantastic comes in. Urbantastic's business model and software allows its users to solve this problem by installing this application on their phone, saving time and money in the process, and bringing efficiency to the transportation market. Users can browse and order vehicles via the application, which shows the closest locations for each type of vehicle or closest stop for public transportation. All the electric cars, scooters, bikes, and any other transportation network will be fitted with Bluetooth connectors or phone cradles. This is where the efficiencies begin. When a user sets their phone in a cradle or is recognized by Bluetooth, the vehicle automatically recognizes them and starts the service. It's that easy. The only action the user has to perform is to approve the start of the journey via the application. Urbantastic also works in a similar way with public transportation networks. The application includes integrated maps and navigation, smart routing, and Top Places. Top Places is designed for tourists to hop off in interesting points like sightseeing, restaurants, cafes, and places of interest. Powerfully, a user can also set different profile modes such as tourist, foodie, vegan, or sports enthusiast, and get offers through the application for sightseeing routes, highly rated restaurants, and other services based on their own preferences. Our software will also update ratings of vehicle rentals, routes, and top places based on the user's feedback and ratings. We'll also be adding to our software smart routing by combining different vehicles and transportation networks. Our customer base will be the entire population of the metropolitan area in Helsinki, which amounts to about 1.1 million people. Our partners will be transit companies, taxi companies, and other private transport companies such as cars, scooters, or Segway rentals. The goal is to optimize the usage of the existing transit companies' resources, filling the empty seats that they now experience, and bringing efficiencies to the transportation system. We see several revenue streams for our application. The first is a 3% fee for booking the transaction for a ride or vehicle. The goal is to spur adoption as much as possible with value adds. After building up a critical mass of user data based on reviews and use of the transit systems, we will begin to market this data to third parties. We also envision different promotional opportunities, as each partner vendor will become more and more interested in cooperating on boosting revenue, especially around events such as major sporting events. We also see some other sources of revenue. Local companies like restaurants, cafes, stores, and gyms can advertise by using branded pins shown in our navigation map. That way, companies can reach users nearby and get better awareness of their services. Details and promotions of companies are shown when a user clicks the logo. Promotions are shown also as push notification on users' routes. When the user has defined a route, the application automatically sends push notifications of companies and top places before the trip has started. A more tourist-centric feature in our application is our predefined routes, in which mode the user receives a list of popular places where previous users have visited or navigated to, and shows the user how to reach them in the fastest way possible. The list also shows links to net sites providing reviews for points of interest. Our costs break down like this. Marketing costs in the first year at around €100,000. This combined with development costs and sales efforts will total €350,000. As you can see, our biggest costs arise at the beginning from application development and later from marketing, sales, and equipment, once the application is ready for market release. Our application development starts with initial coding and continues by testing it in co-creation with customers. Modifications will take place based on the customer experience and feedback. After market release, the application is monitored and updated to improve customer experience and to attract new customers. When released to market, it will be advertised to get new users and to spread awareness. For potential revenue, we feel that this is a very low capital initial investment, especially because the bulk of the development costs should be seen in the first year only. We project monthly revenue with 18,000 users at €37,800 per month, coming from 3% of the total share of the users' payments from their transactions. This projects to year one revenue of €453,600. We expect additional revenue from the sale of collected data and from affiliate marketing deals with promotions like push notifications and branded pins. Given the figures and the cost described, our break-even can be reached with around 14,000 users. Our timeline for customer acquisition. We estimate to get the first 1,000 active users in 3 months, 3,000 active users in 6 months, and 8,000 users in 1 year. When our expansion to new locations starts after 2 years, we expect to have 18,000 active users in Helsinki. There are about 1.1 million inhabitants in Helsinki's metropolitan area, and a lot of families are living in the suburbs with a daily need to travel to work and to drive their children to activities in evenings. For many of those, our proposed transportation system would bring a very competitive choice for moving place to place, instead of owning their own car. We plan to begin in the first quarter of 2019. In the first 6 to 8 months will be used for development by collecting feedback and experience from users and to fine-tune to respond to customers' demands and expectations. The next step will be taken in 2021 by expanding to Stockholm, Tallinn, Riga, Turku, and Tampere. 2022 is time to go to Oslo, Vilna, and Hamburg, and in 2023 to Copenhagen and Amsterdam. Expansion is planned to be done step by step, starting from the Nordic countries and the Baltics, as there is well-developed infrastructure supporting public transport and electric vehicles, as well as people's mindset is leaning towards shared economy and ecological values. There's also a sufficient population in these areas to support the business plan. By using these new technologies and bringing together the diverse transit systems that exist in these cities, we hope to make it easier to travel around and also hope to make a lot of money. Thank you.